USCIS Blacklist 2025, What Immigrants Must Know. Imagine walking into your immigration interview with all your hopes pinned on approval, only to discover that your name has been flagged on a secret blacklist. Suddenly, your dream of reuniting with loved ones or building a life in America is at risk. This is no longer a distant possibility. In 2025, USCIS has rolled out a sweeping blacklist policy and expanded its enforcement powers, forever changing the way immigrants navigate the system. A historic shift in USCIS authority. Traditionally, USCIS has been viewed as the administrative branch of immigration, processing applications, approving petitions, and handling paperwork. Enforcement was left to agencies like ICE or Homeland Security investigations. But with this new policy, that balance has shifted. USCIS is no longer just the gatekeeper of immigration benefits, it is also becoming an active enforcer. By granting the agency powers usually associated with federal law enforcement, the U.S. government is signaling a new era where compliance is closely monitored and violations carry immediate consequences. The rise of USCIS special agents. At the center of this transformation are newly appointed USCIS 1811 special agents. These aren't typical officers behind a desk. They are armed federal agents with the authority to investigate, arrest, and prosecute individuals suspected of immigration fraud. Their presence inside USCIS offices is a major shift. It means that if fraud is uncovered during a naturalization interview or a marriage-based green card application, an arrest can happen right there, in real time. For applicants, this raises the stakes like never before. Every document, every answer, and every detail must withstand scrutiny. What counts as immigration fraud? To understand the impact of this blacklist, you must know what USCIS considers fraud. It is not limited to major crimes. Even seemingly small misrepresentations can trigger serious consequences. Categories include false statements, giving incorrect details about identity, entry, or prior immigration history. Marriage fraud, entering into a relationship solely for green card purposes. Document fraud, submitting altered or fake passports, certificates, or visas. Asylum fraud, inventing persecution stories or submitting fabricated evidence. Employment fraud, presenting fake job offers to obtain work-based visas. Citizenship fraud, hiding arrests, prior deportations, or using false identities during naturalization. Human smuggling or trafficking, assisting others to enter illegally under false pretenses. In each case, penalties range from fines and prison time to deportation and lifetime bans. The blacklist system explained. The blacklist is essentially a centralized database of individuals flagged for fraud or dishonesty within the immigration process. Once someone is added, every future application is affected. Even years later, a flagged record can lead to denial or permanent inadmissibility. This system is designed not just to punish fraud once, but to track offenders indefinitely, ensuring they cannot exploit loopholes later on. Consequences of being blacklisted. The consequences of being blacklisted go beyond denial of benefits. They include immediate deportation in serious fraud cases, federal criminal charges that may carry long prison sentences, fines up to $250,000 depending on the violation. Revocation of status or citizenship for those who lied during naturalization. Permanent inadmissibility, meaning no pathway back to the United States. This makes the blacklist one of the harshest enforcement tools ever implemented by USCIS. Expanded powers in action. So, how did USCIS get these powers? The legal foundation comes from new regulations published in the Federal Register in 2025. The Department of Homeland Security delegated authority directly to USCIS's Fraud Detection and National Security Division, giving it the ability to act as a law enforcement agency for the first time. USCIS Director Joseph Edlow described this change as a historic moment, highlighting that it will not only protect the integrity of the immigration system, but also support broader federal investigations, including those linked to terrorism and organized crime. Why this matters for immigrants right now. For applicants navigating the system today, the implications are clear. Mistakes that might once have delayed a case can now escalate into investigations. A missing tax record, an inconsistent timeline, or a marriage with suspicious details could invite closer scrutiny. While law-abiding applicants have nothing to fear, the margin for error is smaller than ever. It's essential to prepare thoroughly, consult trusted legal advisors, and keep accurate records to ensure compliance. A new layer of anxiety. For immigrant communities, this policy doesn't just bring legal consequences, it brings emotional strain. Many families already describe the process as overwhelming, with complex forms, long wait times, and constant uncertainty. Now, the knowledge that armed special agents may be present during interviews adds another layer of anxiety. Parents worry about being separated from children, spouses fear the sudden collapse of their cases, and communities feel an increased sense of surveillance. One overlooked dimension is the potential chilling effect this blacklist may have. While its purpose is to target fraud, it may also discourage genuine applicants from filing. Some families may delay applications, worried that small mistakes will be misinterpreted. Others may avoid seeking benefits altogether. That's why accurate education is critical. Applicants need clear information on what constitutes fraud, how to avoid errors, and where to seek legal support. This shows why education is critical. People must understand the difference between fraud and error, and they must have access to reliable legal support. Compliance is no longer optional. The government has made its stance clear. Integrity is the foundation of the system. From now on, keeping accurate records, paying taxes, and reporting truthfully are not just recommended, they are legally required. Every interview and application is an opportunity for verification. That means applicants must prepare as if every detail will be tested, because under this new era, it will. Those who stay honest have nothing to fear, but for anyone tempted to cut corners, the blacklist is waiting. Final thoughts. The USCIS Blacklist policy of 2025 is not just another administrative update, it is a turning point in U.S. immigration history. It represents the merging of benefits processing and law enforcement, with profound consequences for millions of applicants. For immigrants, the path forward is clear. Act with transparency, seek trusted guidance, and never underestimate the importance of accuracy. At Visa Edge USA, we will continue to bring you the latest updates so you can stay informed and protected. Staying ahead is your strongest tool in navigating a system that is more complex and demanding than ever before. If you found this breakdown useful, please like, share, and subscribe.